Hey Grace Anglican community, my name is Bill Russell. I serve as executive and teaching pastor. And as a teacher, I want to invite you to consider joining us next Sunday in our adult forum.
Hey, Pastor Bill Russell, what's Adult Forum?
Hey, that's a great question. Grace Anglican's Adult Forum is our version of Adult Sunday School.
But Bill, why don't we call it Adult Sunday School?
Hey, there's another good question. Adult Forum is not like school. You remember how things were in school, don't you? In school, you came into a classroom much like this. Not exactly, because this is Grace Anglican's Kids Sunday School. But it should evoke some memories. In school, you sat in a classroom much like this. You'd come in, you'd sit down, pull out a notebook, sort of like this, open it up, teacher began speaking, you started writing down notes. You wrote those notes down because you knew in the future you were going to get a test. When that test came along, if you studied hard, you passed it, you passed the course, then you do it all over again. Until finally, you get a degree of some sort, and out in the world you go. And I'll wager, if you think back, most everything that you wrote down in those notebooks, you've forgotten. Adult Forum's not like that, not like school. First, we don't meet in a classroom, we meet in a living room. Right here, Grace Anglican's living room. It's right across the foyer from our worship space. If you come early, you'll have time to grab a cup of coffee. You can also try one of our pastries. Once you've got that, you can find a place to sit, say hello to your friends, catch up on things. As you can see, there's lots of space in Adult Forum. That's because Adult Forum space is not like a classroom. Another reason it's not like school. Once our fellowship time is over, we start our study time. And we always begin with a prayer. Another reason why Adult Forum is not like school, these days at least. That prayer is usually the collect for that particular Sunday. After we're done with that, then you get the test. Don't wait for the next week, it comes right away. But I don't call it a test, I call it torture, because it's torture to have to remember something for a week. I'll give you an example. For those of you watching who attended last spring's Adult Forum, what's the greatest obstacle we face in living out the Christian life?
Forgetting.
Hey, that's it, you got it, you remembered. Biggest obstacle we face in following Jesus is forgetting that we're following Jesus. The enemy wants us to forget that. But in Adult Forum, we want to remember that. You get a gold star. In Adult Forum, we give out gold stars for remembering the stuff that we cover, not degrees for forgetting most of it. Anyhow, once we're done with the day's torture, we move into the day's topic. And you'll know all about that topic because you will have had at least 4 or 5 days to examine it before we get together. That's why I ask for your email address. I'm going to send you all the material before we get into Adult Forum. That way you've got a chance to dig into it deeper if you want to, if you remember to.
So, Bill, what if we have questions about the material as we're going through it?
It's another good question. In Adult Forum, you ask questions when you think of them, sort of like it was in ancient forums. Now, don't talk over anyone else. Be polite, be nice. But in Adult Forum, you don't have to wait until the end of our discussions to ask questions. Sort of like it's been in this video.
So Bill, What are the topics coming up this year?
Hey, that's another really good question. We'll begin with a short study, about 6 Sundays, on the prophet Joel. We call it Joel in brief. Why Joel? Well, come and see. You'll find out. After that, we'll do a bit longer study, but still something in brief, 7 or 8 Sundays, on the normal Christian life. And I mean normal. I'm talking about how we can live the Christian life here in Katy, not a Mother Teresa-like life in Calcutta. We'll use Watchman Nee's study of Romans as our guide. It's a really good book that's easy to read and full of good everyday stuff to help us along the way. Third, we'll dig deeper into Ephesians, a topic we took up in brief last spring. But this time, it'll be more Ephesians, a longer study, 12 to 13 Sundays. These topics will all provide you with great practical help, and I mean practical help, in living the Christian life.
Okay, Bill. Totally interested. Tell me how to sign up.
Gosh, you guys are good. There's a sign-up sheet on the table in the foyer where I am now. Just need your name and email address so that I can get you the material ahead of time. Then show up on Sundays at 9:15 or so for coffee and fellowship. We start at 9:30 and finish up at 10:15 sharp.
So, why don't you give it a try? Look, it's real simple. All of us in Adult Forum want to learn more about this faith that we've entered into, want to learn more about this Jesus that we're following, and we want to do it together. And while we're learning all of this, we want to encourage one another to live into what we're learning, to live it out day by day. And while we're doing all that, we want to have some fun. That's what Adult Forum is all about. Why don't you try it out and see for yourself? We've got room. I hope to see you next Sunday. God bless you.